welcome you to our graduation ceremony for our graduates of the class of 2017. My name is Marion Williams. I am honored to be the counselor here in this program, and this is such a happy day to help our students celebrate. So with that, we are going to begin. I'm going to ask you all to stay seated so as the graduates come through that you can see them. We are very happy this year to have them in cap and gown. This is the first year ever we have done that, so we're going to present the class of 2017. Delaney Burgoyne. Raquel Broderick. Alexa Chipa. JP. Roderick Drumgold. Alex Dubois. Katie Folks. Stephanie Hardy. Christina Harves. Kelsey Jelinek. Bailey Karras. Monetha Kerr. Josie Luke. Katie Maltos. Sarah Marquardt. Zachary Murphy. Mercedes Naft. Sonia Rosales. Patrick Siegel. Scott Sexton. Summer Simon. Gracie Thayer. Jackson Sheeta. Ruth Ward. Trevor West. And Ciara Williams. One more time, a great big round of applause to our graduating class of 2017. You may be seated. With that, I want to also again welcome you to our ceremonies. We have some special guests here today. I'm very pleased. Oh, they added a few chairs to me. We have a few chairs here. A couple of school board members, Ms. Katie McKelvey-Stevens, Ms. Michelle Whitty. Thank you for coming. Our two assistant superintendents, Ms. Julie Nielsen and Mr. Mike Johnson. Also, I'm told in the House there's a couple of other special people out there. We have a state representative, Keith Franke. Thank you for coming and joining us. And I also saw the principal walk in of Park High School. That would be Ms. Ginger Garski. Thank you for coming. With that, we've got lots to do and we have lots to say about these graduates this afternoon. So let me introduce to you our principal, Mr. Mike Mahaffey.
Bring it. Well, welcome everybody, and I am Mike Mahaffey, and I'm honored to be the principal here. This is the fun day of the year. I'm not going to talk much here. Some of you I've known for a long time. Some of you I know very well. Some of you are newer to us, but it's been great. I think this has been a great year, and it's been a great class. So I am going to present the class. So at this time, with the power vested in me by the state of Minnesota and the South Washington County School Board of Education, I hereby certify that these students, now graduates before you, have met and achieved all of the rigor, all the goals, all the testing, all the requirements, and are eligible and are going to receive their high school diploma forever and ever. So congratulations. Our tradition here is that every graduate chooses a staff person to speak for them and help with presenting them their diploma. So at this time, we're going to get right to that, and I'm going to bring Marion Williams, our counselor, back up, and we're going to start that. So thank you, Marion.
Okay, so I get to start. I feel honored about that. You know, one of the things that I get to do as a counselor here is I get to meet these students when they transfer here for their very first time at their home schools, and each of them are receiving their home school diploma. And so I always love that time to connect and get to know them at that very initial meeting, and then to see them reach their goal at the very end. When a student transfers to our program, each and every one has a story to tell, given their life circumstances. Our hope is that we are able to make them feel welcome, add to that story in a positive way, and help them reach their goal of graduation. So the first graduate I would like to come up to the front here is Christina Harves. Right over here. Come here. I get to talk about Christina. I gotta do this. All right. Christina is a young woman who knows what she needs and wants and goes after it. She came to us in December of this year looking for a more comfortable place to learn and found a place of support. When I first met Christina, I was impressed with her determination. She has had a lot of struggles in school and life and has overcome them to get where she is today. Don't ever tell Christina, her mom can vouch for this, don't ever tell Christina that she can't do something, as she will find a way to make that happen. Congratulations, Christina, on a job well done. Her plans for graduation is to go on to college to become a nurse. Her caring and gentle approach to things will serve her well in this career. Her first priority, however, is to be a good mom. As her baby, Arabella Grace, will be arriving in just a few weeks. You'll be a great mom, Christina, and know that that's the most important job of your life. We all wish you well. And with that, I'd like to introduce the next speaker, and that's one of our English teachers, Ms. Katie Harmeyer.
Okay, I will first be speaking for Delaney. I know you love to be the center of attention. Totally. All right, Delaney came to us as a 9th grader, and over the past 4 years, she has been a student in my advisory and in my English classes and in AVID. Since she came to us so young, we were able to see exceptional amounts of growth from her over the past 4 years. She has always been a really good student. However, when she came to us, she was very quiet and shy. She did not want to do tutorials in AVID, it's all right. And she was so nervous the first time that we went to Pine Hill, I had to take her and calm her down. Over the following years, however, we saw Delaney blossom. She now asks to lead tutorials in AVID when she has a particularly good question for discussion. She walks into the elementary classroom with confidence and is able to speak seemingly with ease in class. One of the times when I was most taken aback by Delaney's confidence is when the district wanted to shoot a video piece on her post-graduation plans. I took her out into the hallway, talked her through what they were thinking, and asked if she wanted some time to think about it before she made a decision. And she just looked at me and said, "No, let's do this." And I was just shocked at the growth that we have seen. Delaney loves art. She always seems to be in her sketchbook when she has free time. She has brought in pictures of the costumes that she has designed and sewn for her Comic-Cons. She was always super helpful during advisory competitions when we had dress up, and I have worn, I think, more than one of Delaney's wigs. I don't know how we will compete in these dress up competitions without her next year. Delaney's love of art will continue to play a large role in her life as she has been accepted to the Minneapolis College of Art and Design, where she will begin pursuing her 4-year degree this fall. She will also be receiving a $12,000 a year scholarship from MCAD. I am blown away when I think of where she was when she began with us and where she will go from here. Delaney Cakes, I'm so incredibly proud of you. For the past 4 years, we have watched you struggle, achieve, face setbacks, overcome, hide, and become the amazingly kind and thoughtful person that you are today. I will miss our early morning talks before advisory and how you never judged my competitive nature. You just went with it. I wish you so many good things and can't wait to see what you achieve in life. And I sincerely hope your future includes walking cats around in strollers. Congratulations. The next graduate I'd like to invite up is Alex. Alex came to us as a junior, and over the past year, she has been a student in my senior English and AVID elective classes. Some things I learned about Alex fairly quickly were that she loves animals. She also loves cats. In fact, she has 2 cats who she refers to as Orange Kitty and Black Kitty, but I think they have official names as well. She was also considering becoming a veterinary technician for a while. Early on, I learned that Alex listens to a pretty eclectic mix of music, and we would sometimes bond over the songs I listened to growing up. Additionally, I learned that she is not a huge Enya fan, even though she knows more words to Only Time than any other student in AVID. With time, I learned that Alex is not a student who needs to speak all the time. In fact, she's pretty quiet. That being said, when Alex speaks, I know what she says will be thoughtful and contribute positively to class. In AVID, our tutorials would usually turn into group therapy sessions when students presented problems from their personal lives. Alex was so kind and thoughtful of her classmates during this time, while also encouraging them to stand up for themselves. Alex's quietness also means it takes a little bit longer to realize just how intelligent she is, but she is very intelligent. Her work is done incredibly well, and the questions and contributions she brings to class are very thought-provoking and thoughtful. Alex will begin taking her generals at Inver Hills this fall. While she's not entirely sure what she would like to study, she is currently thinking she'd like to become a therapist. After what I've witnessed during group therapy sessions, I think this would be a good field for her. Her kindness and thoughtful nature will serve her and her clients well there. Alex It was a pleasure to work with you this year, even though you tested me by coming in late almost every morning. You are incredibly thoughtful, intelligent, and kind. I know you can be successful with whatever you choose to do in your life. Be open to the adventure, because as Enya says, who can say where the road goes, where the day flows? Only time. And whenever you are feeling defeated, just do your hair toss, check your nails, and take on the world. Congratulations. Okay, Katie Folks. We're at a fan section. Katie came to us as a sophomore. And so she is another one who we have had for a long time and have been able to see a lot of growth from. She, along with Delaney, was one of the original AVID students when we started the program. Over the past 3 years, I've had her as a student in English and AVID. We bond over our mutual love of making lists. There are few things as satisfying as crossing something off your to-do list. I will say, though, that sometimes she writes and rewrites her list so many times I wonder if she's ever going to get to the process of crossing things off. However, it appears to have worked out well because she was able to enroll in post-secondary enrollment option, a psychology class at Century College this spring. Katie was so nervous to start her class in January and was questioning, what do I bring, where do I park, what stairs do I use, who do I talk to? And before her first class, we had a lot of pep talks about what to expect. We also spoke at length about how taking this course would open doors for her and she would meet so many new people and would hopefully make her even more excited for college. And this class was a success for Katie. She had some challenging moments, but she learned more about time management and how to advocate for herself. Her love for learning was also reinvigorated, and she became incredibly interested in the coursework and curriculum. She had such a great experience at Century that she is currently enrolled to continue attending this fall, where she will work on her generals. Her plan is to attend Century for 2 years, and then transfer to a 4-year college to finish her degree. Katie has a couple of ideas of what she would like to pursue as a career, including both counseling or becoming a high school science teacher. So watch out, Brad, because she's coming for your job. Regardless of what she finally decides upon, Katie wants to work with people, and I know she has the heart and dedication to be great. Katie, you are a motivated, independent, and intelligent individual. It has been so much fun to watch you grow. I hope you continue to make color-coordinated schedules and to-do lists, and keep crossing things off your life goals and bucket lists. Your organization and kind heart will take you far when working with people. Congratulations. And Josie. Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Okay. Josie, or Jojo Potato, as I often refer to her, has been a student here for about 1.5 years. She quickly made herself known because of her good nature, her belly laugh, and her love of singing. She is also a great student and consistently earned her units and credits once arriving. Her conferences were always quick and pretty easy, never painful. Josie has a genuine love of working with people, especially children. She has spent the school year working at Kids Club after school with elementary age kids. She also got experience volunteering at Pine Hill with the AVID elective class. Our coordinating first grade teacher often commented on how great Josie was with her students. Josie was always enthusiastic, willing to help, and jumped right in regardless of the activity. She was patient, and the students caught her enthusiasm and worked great with her. Hopefully her future will include working with children in some capacity. Josie can also be a little bit goofy and sometimes needs reminders to think before she speaks. However, when she forgets, she is a good sport when people laugh alongside her for saying things like, "What am I, refried beans?" when she means to say, "What am I, chopped liver?" One thing I can guarantee is that things are never boring with Josie around. If there is no excitement, she is sure to create some. And when all else fails, she just starts singing. In fact, Josie hopes to become well known for her singing someday. And I selfishly hope this comes true, because she has created a bit of a shrine to herself in my classroom. And when she becomes famous, I am selling all of the signs, and pictures and signatures that she has up everywhere. And it will fund my retirement. Josie is enrolled at Amber Hills Community College for this fall, and she will begin working on her generals to try to determine what course of study she would like to pursue. JoJo's, I'm so proud of you. You have made this past year and a half fun, interesting, noisy, and full of laughter. Thank you for bringing your upbeat attitude and positivity to class every day. I can't wait to see what you decide to pursue in life. As long as you stay focused, I know you can achieve whatever you set your mind to. Congratulations. And I'd now like to introduce our art teacher, Jill Richardson.
Okay, I'm honored to introduce Ciara Virginia Williams. Okay, not only because I'm the art teacher and she is passionate about art, but because of her bubbly, hardworking, people-pleasing kindness. She came to us from Park High School, and even though she's only been here for 2 trimesters, she has excelled in both her commitment to education and to her personal growth. And I quote, "I have been at ease with myself here at the alternative school and feel more comfortable in my own skin." Ciara had an interesting upbringing. She called it steady, organized chaos because along with your 3 sisters, she grew up with over 75 foster siblings. So you can imagine that this meant sharing, especially her parents' time. She also had a life of caring for others and many times putting their lives in front of hers. But it has also made her the person that she is today. She is helpful, loyal, honest, and always curious. Ciara often has a smile on her face and is pleasant at school. I have actually seen her more than once just do a little dance in the middle of the hallway. And I'm sure as many of her friends will agree, her enthusiasm for life is truly contagious. But Ciara also has a deep and thoughtful side. She loves poetry, she writes a lot herself, and she's been keeping a journal for many years. She tends to bottle things up like she's going to explode, but writing and simply remembering to breathe, right, has helped her through many stressful times. She shares her interest in the written word with her father, and she would like to thank him tonight for helping get her on the right track. She has moved in with him and since then has not missed a single full day of school. She appreciates her support. So I learned a couple of fun facts about Ciara, and we talked about this for graduation, and that she loves mashed potatoes for some reason. 3 of her friends actually brought them as gifts on her recent birthday. She has a she has a fish named Dopey, and when she was younger, she was accused of being a magician when there were chores to be done, right? Often called the queen of excuses around the house. Because of her tenacious spirit, her personal goal is to try to admit her mistakes and try not to backtalk her way out of things. Like many of the students here at the alternative school, Ciara is exceptional and a gifted artist. She is never still in the art room. She's cleaning and organizing. She often has 3 or 4 projects going on at once. She finds things in the art room like tiles and shells, and then she brings in random objects like a mannequin arm and teacups, and she creates amazing original art. So Ciara, I will miss your curious and patient presence in the art room. I know your perseverance will help you to be successful, whether it be in the future of psychology or possibly law school or any other path that you choose. Congratulations, fellow Scorpio. We are proud of you. Our next presenter is Lane Swanson, our health and Phy Ed teacher.
It's my honor to introduce Jackson Cheetah. Jack Cheetah.
Short speech or a long speech?
It's going to be this long, Jack. Yes, if it's going to be short, I'll do my best to make it as long as possible. All right, I first met Jack when I was teaching physical education at Bailey Elementary about 9 years ago. Back then, Jack was a goofy, rambunctious kid who was great at floor hockey. Today, Jack is still a goofy, rambunctious kid who's great at floor hockey. Best. I've had the privilege of having Jack in both health and physical education class here at the Alternative High School. In those classes, I've noticed some interesting traits about Jack. I've noticed that he has a great sense of humor, he's never flustered, and is always in control of his emotions.
And insanely attractive.
And insanely attractive, he said. I didn't say that. For instance, one day at the end of PE class, Jack was cooling off before the bell rang. Some other students were throwing the football back and forth, just right over here. And one of them threw the ball too high for the other kid to catch it. It hit Jack really hard, and as I was watching the situation unfold, I saw that Jack stood up, he puffed his chest out, he looked pretty angry. He aggressively started walking toward the other student. I could see that the other student looked very uncomfortable and was getting ready to defend himself in a battle that he knew he'd probably lose. As Jack approached the student, Jack stuck his hand out for a congratulatory handshake, and he said, "That was an excellent throw, man." So Jack has the ability to diffuse just about any situation with his sense of humor. Speaking of his sense of humor, last week, Jack was trying really, really hard to get his work done. He just finished today, barely, so he could graduate on time today. He came to my PE class last week and asked if he could go back to Jill or our teacher's class to do his makeup. I assumed he was talking about makeup work, so I let him go. Little did I know, he was talking about physically putting on makeup. And I saw him like it was the real deal. He had foundation, mascara, lipstick.
Like, I'm already attractive, but like it just got so much more intense.
He looked really awful, actually. Unfortunately for all of you, his picture wasn't pretty enough to get in the slideshow at the end, so you won't be able to see that. I think some people have it on their phones if you'd like to look at the end. Another thing I've noticed about Jack is that he has excellent leadership skills. Other students often look to Jack for direction. I think they're drawn to his kindness, his humor, and ability to make other people feel important. And as a teacher, you often have classes where you have a single student that can kind of bring the whole class down and keep everybody off task. But very rarely do you have a student who can bring other people together that can make the class a more positive learning environment. Fortunately for me, Jack has the flair and finesse to make that happen. After graduation, Jack plans on taking a summer trip to Alaska. When I asked him what he plans on doing after graduation, that's all he told me. Said he doesn't have any other plans, so I decided to dream up my own future for him. So upon graduation, Jack will be going to college, eventually getting a job as a financial advisor, where he uses his biggest strength, which is working with people. After financing a hot new internet startup, Jack's going to become a billionaire and he'll retire by the time he's 30. And by this time, Jack will have accumulated a Jay Leno type car collection and will have purchased a professional hockey franchise. And then Jack will soon realize he's getting bored with all of his money and wants to get more involved in philanthropic enterprises, so he starts doubling the salaries of the teachers at his old high school. That's us. So Jack, I understand you don't have specific plans for your future, but whatever those plans are down the road, don't be afraid to dream big. You have every ability to achieve whatever goal you decide to make, so as long as you want it bad enough, I think you can do it. So good luck in all your future endeavors. Thank you. It is my honor to introduce for the last time our future retiree, Linnea Colazar, science teacher.
Before I start, I want to say that the whole school year and these seniors have been fantastic, and it's a wonderful year for me to end on. So the first person I'm speaking for is Alexa Shapey. Her name is spelled C-Z-E-P-A. and I always want to call her Kazepa. I have the pleasure of introducing Alexa Shapey. Since Alexa started with the alternative high school this last fall, it has never been boring. Alexa has an outgoing personality and has an opinion to go with it, which she herself admits to. She takes care of herself when she needs to and is very hard and thorough worker in the classroom. She has been a consistent student since she started. Alexa is fun to spar words with because she's intelligent and mature. She often makes me chuckle. Her hard work extends to her personal life, where she puts in several hours before and after work, school, doing child care at St. Ambrose. Alexa would never forgive me if I didn't mention her flame-decorated truck that sits out in the parking lot almost every school day. She is very proud, and she should be, of the fact that she's been paying for it herself. Alexa's self-reliance and tenacity bode well for her future. She's planning on going to school at DCTC starting in January. Whatever she decides to do, I know she will do it well. I introduce to you graduate Alexa Shapey. Kelsey Jelinek. I know. I have the honor of introducing Kelsey Jelinek. Kelsey started at the alternative high school her sophomore year. She was always pleasant, but her academic skills were a little shaky. Social networking, boyfriends, and school drama were much more important to her then. Over the years, she's developed into a good student who has become one of our school leaders. She participated in STARS, our school leadership class, and was nominated to represent the alternative program in the district-wide Youth Advisory Council. She has matured into a wonderful young lady who is thoughtful, positive, and kind. She had a little bit of a senior slide here at the end, but she stayed positive and pulled through. I want to thank her parents, Alyssa and Troy, who, both of them I had in the school in the 90s. I'm not going to stick around for the grandchildren, for their support of Kelsey. With her gregarious personality and work ethic, Katie will be successful at whatever she chooses to do. I introduce to you graduate Kelsey Jelinek. Am I doing it already? I'm not. Manitha Kerr. I've called her Mothra over the years. I have the honor of introducing graduate Manitha Kerr. I have known Manitha also for 4 years because she started us as a little puppy. Let me tell you, the grown-up young lady you see here standing beside me is not the troublesome student she was when she was transferred here. In 9th grade, she was loud, immature, and found herself getting into and upset over school drama. Each year here, she has slowly learned that she needs to take care of herself and not worry about the problems of other students, because she worries and defends other kids a lot. During all this time, though, she was never disrespectful to her teachers. Today, Manitha finishes her senior year as a person she can be very proud of. She has worked hard to keep up her work after her family went on a sojourn for a month this fall to their native Cambodia. Despite the fact that she has dealt with several close family deaths and family health crises, she has remained drama-free and finished with class. I want to thank her father, Bobby, for being involved in her education and always providing support for her. Manitha has been accepted to the Minnesota School of Cosmetology and will be pursuing that as a career. Her work ethic, integrity, and outgoing personality promise her a bright future. I introduce to you graduate Manitha Kerr. Mercedes Neffs. This is another little girl I've known since 9th grade.
Yeah.
I have the pleasure of introducing Mercedes Neffs. Mercedes started with us as a freshman. If memory serves me correctly, at that time she was much more interested in her boyfriend Tony than anything we had to offer academically. She then moved to Faribault for about a year and came back to 833 and re-enrolled in our program. When she returned, she was a much more serious and mature student. She worked hard, came in before school, and was respectful. She always asked questions and wanted to understand how the world around her worked. She still had a few hiccups now and then where her motivation left her, but she pushed through, didn't get frustrated, kept with it, and finished earlier this year. I admire Mercedes for her inquisitive mind, her perseverance, and her efforts to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Mercedes plans to attend community college in the fall. She has grown up a lot since her 9th grade year to become the wonderful young woman we see here. I introduce to you graduate Mercedes Neffs.
Thank you.
Miss Gracie Thayer. Gracie Thayer. I have the pleasure of introducing Gracie Thayer. Gracie has been part of our alternative program on and off for 3 years. She has always done well academically. She went back to the high school for part of her junior year, did well, but decided she loved us and liked our small and more familiar environment. Gracie has been one of the easiest students I have worked with in my 38 years of teaching. She is bright, self-directive, fun, and positive, and probably one of the nicest teens I have ever met. That does not mean she is a pushover. Gracie has strong opinions about things, but also listens to other people's views, which is a rare quality these days. She's a hard and thorough worker. She only needed 1 credit this last half try, and she still maintained her grades in all her other ones. She also is thoughtful and kind to everyone. She's well liked by both students and staff, and she'll be missed a lot. Gracie hasn't made any solid plans for the future yet, as she's tossing around a few ideas. Right now, she's moving into a management position at her current job. She will be successful at whatever she chooses because of all her great qualities. I introduce to you graduate Gracie Thayer. I knew who I was after, but I forgot who was coming next, but I think it's Don Cron. introduce to you John Cron, one of our social studies instructors.
Summer. Yeah,
Killing me.
you got this. Summer, you have made it. I have known Summer for 2 years now, and she will be the last of my original advisory students from when I arrived here at the Alternative High School. She reminds me on a regular basis that she has been here longer than I, and that my advisory won't be the same without her, and she will be missed. Summer is a playful, passionate, and driven person. It is because of these reasons and so many more that I am honored to speak for her on her graduation day. Summer is playful, sometimes even a little mischievous. I always knew when I had left my classroom unlocked and unattended for too long, because I'd hear a characteristic giggle. Over the last 2 years, I have often returned to find my classroom chairs tipped over, or there was a time that her and her companions filled my closet full of balloons, or the time that they marked up my car with window markers, but especially the countless times that I've found my computer bag, desk, and coffee cup filled with Taco Bell sauce, all several hundred of which I would like to return to you now. That's all for you. You will be very popular in your dorm room at lunchtime. Okay? Summer's playful nature comes from her passion for living in the moment. She wears her heart on her sleeve. You never have to wonder how Summer is feeling. She will let you know by how she walks, talks, eats, groans, or smiles and hops around uncontrollably like a rabbit that has an espresso. I hope you know that this is a strength of yours. You live life in the moment. Whether it is good or bad, you embrace it with everything you've got. Your passion, when used for good, will only empower the natural drive that you have inside you. Summer is driven to help others. She has decided to turn this drive into a career in the human services. Next year, she will attend Bemidji State University, where she will major in psychology with a minor in social work. This will be a big step for Summer, as she will be 17 for the first month of her classes. But Summer is ready for this because she has been raised by her dedicated mother, Christine. These two have big plans for Summer's 18th birthday up in Bemidji. I can't remember exactly, it was something about matching Ted Nugent tattoos or cats, or it was something like that, but it's great. And Christine has seamlessly transitioned from cheerleader to drill sergeant as necessary throughout Summer's high school experience. It has been a pleasure having such a strong parent-teacher connection. This is something that Summer has not necessarily loved every moment of, but I'm sure she appreciates it now as she stands before you, a high school graduate. It has been a pleasure, Summer. I wish you all the best and know that you're going to do great things. And our next speaker will be Ann Pazetsky, our family and consumer sciences teacher.
Okay, hi guys. I have been asked to speak for a few ladies, the first being Raquel Broderick, so come on up. So Raquel came to the AHS as a junior and was ready to stay on track from the start. As Raquel's advisor, I never had to worry about her staying up on her grades. She was on our outstanding achievers list every trimester, and she even made perfect attendance. We all knew from the start that Raquel was has a kind heart and a quiet nature. But as she became more comfortable, we began to learn more than just that. We learned that Raquel was more than just a good student. We soon learned that Raquel has a strong moral sense, a high self-worth, gives great advice to people, and is a scarily good rapper. Seriously, it's amazing. Raquel can read people really well, and she's very honest in her opinions. Fortunately for her, Raquel has a way of being able to be opinionated without offending anyone. She also has a great way of delivering those opinions. Things like, go ham no sandwich, or 2-piece and a biscuit, and get out of my inbox. Katie, her avid teacher, and I often had to ask for an interpretation of what this terminology meant. What I will always truly admire about Raquel is her calming presence in my classroom, her no-nonsense way of laying facts and opinions out there, and her ability to make anyone laugh. Her sense of humor would have our advisory and avid class laughing every day, whether it be bad dad jokes, quotes from The Office, or introducing me to the world of bad lip reading. Raquel was never too far from making us laugh. Raquel plans on working and beginning school at Inver or Century thereafter. Raquel, you are cool, confident, and people look up to you. You probably have more advice to give me than I can give you, but I'll try. Keep being true to yourself. Real talk, Raquel. It'll finna make you stronger in the end. Did I do it right? Yeah, congratulations. We have a lot of inside jokes in this building, in case you're not aware of that one yet. All right, next up is Katie Maltos. Hello, my dear. Katie Maltos came to the AHS at the beginning of her senior year. I can easily say that Katie is one of the nicest people I have ever met. She is calm, patient, always has a smile on her face, and is truly interested in getting to know people. As Katie's advisor, I appreciated how Katie would dig into her work, hold herself accountable not only to earning her units, but understanding what she was working on, and take the time to do an excellent job at whatever task was ahead of her. Katie's knowledge, drive, and creativity served her particularly well in my child development and early childhood education class, where she went down to the ECFE 3 school program and volunteered once a week for 2 trimesters. There, she would work with a group of our district's youngest learners to read, work on art, and play games. The reports back from her 3's program teacher was that she was not afraid to step in, work hard, and make a real connection with the students. Katie recently went back to see the end of the year program for the 3-year-olds, and they were super excited to see her as she made quite an impact on them. Katie has been accepted to St. Paul College, and after saving some money, she plans to pursue a career in either wellness or as a preschool teacher. As a mom of a young daughter myself, I would be so pleased if my daughter's teachers were like Katie. Kind, hardworking, positive, and authentic. Katie, you will do great things in life. My advice to you is to believe in yourself, don't be afraid to speak up, and don't let anyone tell you what you can or can't accomplish. I'm so excited for you to begin your journey and can't wait to hear about where it takes you. Congratulations. All right, and finally, Sarah Merkwari, come on up. Sarah came to the AHS as a fun and vibrant junior and quickly became a strong advocate of our school. Though I had Sarah in advisory is sometimes a little early for Sarah, so I got to know her more in my foods, child development, and our STARS leadership class. One of the goals in this class is to help improve the image of the alternative high school. Sarah took on this charge wholeheartedly and helped make students feel welcome, safe, and show them that the AHS is a place for a second chance at high school. In addition to her kind nature, Sarah is an intelligent and well-informed student. She has a depth of understanding of how the world works and an ability to think deeply about a topic and form questions and opinions that help her deepen her understanding. She truly enjoys learning, and her unique view of the world around her will help her go far in life. One thing that always has stood out to me about Sarah is how she can make someone feel comfortable. She is genuinely interested in the well-being of others and wanting the best for people. If someone was having a hard time in class, Sarah would be the first to ask how he or she was doing, offer to help, or just be there to listen to them without passing judgment. After graduation, Sarah's plans include getting her generals done, perhaps traveling a little bit, and even moving to California. Sarah, my advice to you as you move to the next phase of your life is to be open to all the experiences and new people that will come your way. No one has it all figured out by 18. Be confident, be strong, and don't let others determine the path that you want to take. Be good and have fun. You can do both. Congratulations. All right, and next up is Nicole Mills, one of our math teachers.
I would like to call Bailey up here, please. Don't worry, I'll make it short and sweet for you. Bailey's time with us was short-lived. She came to us only needing a few credits, and many of those were math. So needless to say, we spent a lot of time together over the last month. Bailey is someone that told herself over and over and over again that she was not good at math and it just couldn't be done. But I think she was just really saving her favorite class for last. We have spent many hours together, and I'm excited to say that Bailey proved herself wrong and she can do it. She's been someone who has shown that when you set a goal for yourself and work hard to accomplish it, you can do anything you want. She knows that it's important to recognize that there might be some hiccups on that journey, and it might not fall in line with how you thought things would go, but you can end up where you want in the end. Hopefully she can carry that on into her future and know that whatever she sets her mind to, she can do. Bailey would like to continue on to a community college, maybe end up at South Dakota State. Ooh, she's going to South Dakota. First she informed me. She isn't sure what she wants to attend for yet, or did we make up our mind about that? No, not yet. We're still unsure. But it's hoping she can figure that out on the way. Good luck, Bailey, and remember that you can do it. The next person I would like to call up would be Zach Murphy. So a little story about Zach. This morning is when I got informed that I would be writing this speech. Zach started at the alternative high school in a much better place than a lot of other people. He was in a position to just pass his classes and it would be smooth sailing until the end. But let me tell you about Zach. Apparently that was the easy road and he wanted to make it much more difficult on himself to get here today. See, Zach decided to not take the easy electives, but to go ahead and take the online math course that has a lot more work. And to also miss a couple days of school along the way so that there's more makeup work than imaginable for any one person to do. Once Zach made the decision that he wanted graduation to happen, we started spending a lot of time together, and by a lot of time, I mean every day after school for the last 2 weeks. But Zach, after some doubts on whether this would happen or not, look at where you are standing, up in front of the room with the rest of your peers. You made it. The road to graduation was not always an easy one, which may or may not you have done to yourselves. But remember that you can do it. You are standing here because you believed in yourself to accomplish your goal. I'm happy to say that you can sleep in tomorrow now, so you don't have to come. And don't worry about late work anymore. Zach's future goals including attending some type of trade school and getting into the construction field. Good luck and keep pushing yourself to accomplish everything imaginable. The next one on my list would be Miss Sonia. You ready? Yeah. Sonia started with us during her junior year of high school. Her time here started off quiet, but once she started to become a little more comfortable with the school and the teachers, her real personality came out. Sonia is someone who is extremely animated. She is someone who can liven up a room and make everyone laugh. One of her favorite things to do to make me laugh was to eat her lunch while staring deep into my soul. One day while I was up at the board teaching, I watched her put down a foot-long sub in about 3 minutes, all while staring at me. I wasn't sure if I should be impressed or disturbed by this. But on a serious note, Sonia has been a joy to have in class and has worked extremely hard to be standing up in front of this crowd today. She has been one of my go-to gals when we needed to win some type of advisory contest or if I needed someone to make some delicious guacamole. Sonia will be starting at Amber Hills Community College in the fall with her ultimate goal of becoming a nurse practitioner. Sonia, I wish you luck, and even though you might be worried or scared about what the future holds for you, remember how hard you have pushed yourself the last couple of years and to keep fighting for what you want. Patrick will be the last one I get the pleasure of speaking for today. Patrick started with us during the second trimester this year. A little bit about Patrick. He loves to watch videos on his phone. He spent the majority of the second trimester spending more time looking at his phone than he did looking at me while I was teaching. When the third trimester started, I found out that Patrick needed 3 classes to graduate, and 2 of them were mine. I told him that I'm officially becoming his school mom, and I'm going to nag him every day until he finishes. Anyone want to take a guess at when I stopped nagging him? 2:30 today. He waited until the last hour of the last day to graduate, but I can officially say that he did it, and I couldn't be more proud of him than I am right now. Patrick has worked extremely hard in the last 2 weeks to be standing here. It shows that he has incredible work ethic when he wants to step up to a challenge. When I asked Patrick today what his plans are for the future, I was told his main goal was to be happy. He is also working on finding a job while he plans to eat bagel bites and watch YouTube videos. So Patrick, I wish you luck for whatever you decide to do in the future, and to remind you to wait until the bagel bites cool so you don't burn your mouth. Our next speaker will be Brad Kobilka. He is our science teacher.
Sure these are low enough here for me. Hi. I have the pleasure of introducing Mr. Scott Sexton. Should have brought the hat. Scott came to us in the middle of 10th grade. Being a sophomore, he was enrolled in my biology class. It was apparent to me from the very beginning that Scott had the aptitude to pass and succeed in science. As a matter of fact, he was one of just a handful of students who was able to ace my exams. Not only is Scott smart, he is also a soft-spoken, kind person. He has demonstrated on numerous occasions that compassion for some of his classmates. As some of you in attendance know, Scott and I share a similar passion for the sport of hockey. We both cheer for the hometown Minnesota Wild with just a hint of skepticism, as most Wild fans do. I really enjoyed my time on lunch supervision when Scott and I would talk about how our team was doing, or how another well-known hockey superstar was not living up to his full potential, or who he thinks is going to win the Stanley Cup. Nashville. I still say Pittsburgh. All of this while he was enjoying his nutty bar, Cheez-Its, and purple Gatorade, or as I like to call it, the lunch of champions. I will truly miss having someone in the building to talk to who understands the greatest sport in the world. After today, Scott plans on attending Imber Hills Community College and eventually transfer over to a 4-year school. He is currently undecided about a career. Maybe you could become a sports analyst? General manager? Okay. Well, Scott, I'd like to leave you with a bit of advice, and it's only fitting that it comes from the great one. Wayne Gretzky said that you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So Scotty, as you go forward in life, don't be afraid to take chances, crash the net, aim for the corners, and please live your life to the fullest. Enjoy everything that life has to offer, Scott. Congratulations. Now I'd like to welcome Charles Cawthorn to the stage.
Thanks, Brad. Roderick, get up here. I know you guys are excited about a math teacher speaking, but come on. Roderick and I have spent quite a bit of time together these last few weeks. During credit recovery, before school, after school, during my prep. He has an amazing amount of energy. Roderick, where's your mother? Can you point her right there? Hello. Tamika, Roderick wanted me to mention you by name today and I wanted to share with you some of the characteristics that we see every day at the alternative high school. Like I said, he has an amazing amount of energy. As long as he's using that energy to achieve a goal, it serves him well. Roderick is extremely passionate and charming. When Roderick started his credit recovery class with me, he would say my name over and over and over. For instance, well, Charlie, I need help, Charlie. How do you do this problem, Charlie?
Charlie, don't start.
Well, it's true. Well, the funny part was that he called me Brad for the first month, so. So Roderick has energy, he's funny, he's charismatic. Yeah, he's also very smart. Roderick would use his sense of humor sometimes to try to hide when he didn't understand a difficult concept in Algebra 2. But when I pushed him, and I pushed him, he quickly made important connections. Some advice, Roderick. Use your energy and charisma to reach for great things. Trust your ability to learn and grow, and continue to push yourself. Roderick's plans for the future are still up in the air, but he's interested in pursuing further education. He wants to earn a degree in criminal justice from either Normandale in Minnesota or possibly move to Virginia to attend J.B. Sargent. Whatever you decide to do, Roderick, I know you will thrive. Roderick also wanted me to mention his grandmothers, Thelma and Wainima. Good. And as well as his aunt, Raquel, who have helped him graduate. Congratulations, Roderick. You will be missed.
Can we give it up for the
right, Steph, you're next. Come on up. Okay, good. Just a little further out. A little bit further. I am so happy to be speaking for Stephanie Hardy. We have been working on this for a long time. Steph came to the alternative high school 3 years ago. She was successful the minute she stepped into this building. I am very, very lucky. Being Stephanie's advisor was a dream. Conferences were easy. Creating her schedule was easy. She was always a great participant in anything we did as an advisory. More importantly, she informed our advisory whenever key dates came on the calendar, like May 11th, 2017, being the 12th anniversary for the Leroy Jenkins video. Thank you, Steph. That is a quick shout out to Stephanie's mother, Linda. You have been a pleasure to work with. You have a lovely daughter who is well prepared for the future. Stephanie has not only been successful with us, she has shined at 916 where she's pursuing a degree in criminal justice. I asked Stephanie one time what her motivation was to become a police officer, and she told me that she loved watching cops with her mother. This made me smile, that someone would pursue something that makes them so happy. I think this is a great reason to become a police officer, Stephanie, and I think you will make a great one. Stephanie is patient, funny, she has close friends, she's extremely self-aware. She is always the quietest person in my classroom. That said, I called on her often to answer questions because I knew she would always know the answer, and I just like to tease her. As I've already said, Stephanie's plans include pursuing a degree in criminal justice and becoming a police officer. Good luck, Stephanie. We are so proud and happy for you. Ruth, come on down. Nice job. I kind of cheated getting Ruth to pick me to introduce her today. Ruth's dad is a comic writer, a real-life comic writer, and I knew this, and so I purposely went to last month's Minneapolis St. Paul Comic-Con, hoping to run into Ruth, and I did. She was dressed up as Silk Spectre. I have no idea who that is, but it was a really good costume. I personally didn't dress up in a costume, but everyone referred to me as Professor X. Anyway, I love having Ruth in class. She has strong, original opinions. She helps spur excellent discussion in advisory, and she helps the rest of our group think outside the box. It's not easy to be an original. It takes creativity, courage, and self-confidence. Ruth has these in spades. Ruth's original mindset often would get her in trouble. Completing assignments the way teachers wanted her to would not always happen. But Ruth's ultimate goal, to graduate, kept her focused and finish what she needed to get done. Here's a common conversation that Ruth and I would have at the last few weeks of each trimester. Ruth, I'm too far behind. I don't think I'm ever going to get caught up. Charlie, well, let's look at what you need to do. Ruth and I would sit down and make a list of what needed to get done. Ruth, I can do this. Charlie, yep. Ruth, remember that conversation and have it over and over in your brain. If I had any more advice to share with you, it would be to continue to be an original, to continue to work hard to achieve what you find important. Ruth's plans after graduation include getting her license and find a decent paying job. As for the summer, she says she's just going to go with the flow. Well, congratulations, Ruth. Good luck with your plans, and I will see you at the next Comic-Con. Our next speaker is John Colburn, one of our English teachers.
All right, we've reached the end, folks. You don't have to suffer through the heat too much longer. Trevor West, come on down. We'll keep this short and to the point, like the way that Trevor likes it. Trevor started out in my class quiet to himself as a student. He was involved and not vocal, but still interested. Over time, he has shown me the value of thought and can consider issues of any kind in a different and engaged manner. In class, Trevor was an efficient student. He wanted to get the work done to earn the next unit, the next one, the next one. Trevor was always focused on getting the unit and moving to the next. As the years went on, we would discuss music, shows, cars, anything else that was brought up in class, and most of the time he would talk about money. He often spoke of saving money and using that cash to get what he truly wanted. I knew after these few examples he was a young man that had goals and would reach them. Also, over time, his work changed from being what needed to be done to a deeper, more thought out and considered response. I am not saying he thinks all topics are valuable. I have heard stories from his science teacher and another English teacher that he kind of lacks some motivation. Trevor has dealt with a lot of issues in his life, and he has managed to work through them regardless of what happened. He has dealt with loss. He has faced being on his own. He has almost dropped out of school, but remained strong and determined. I think that all of these qualities speak to his true character and his true abilities. He is self-motivated and self-inspired to be successful and go after his goals. I have heard him discuss how he has changed over the years with the people he hangs out with and the jobs that he has had. He has worked hard to become a successful employee and has used his success to buy himself his car, provide for himself as well as he can. He has done this without help or guidance from parents, and I think that has made him stronger and more determined to not let petty issues get in his way. I just want to say that your work and determination are qualities that will push you forward in life, and if anything, what you have learned here at the AHS is to stay determined, stay focused. People probably thought you couldn't make it. Here you are. People probably thought you wouldn't make it as far as you have, but here you are. All of these predictions were wrong, and I'm so happy that you have proved to yourself the abilities and skills you have. Keep your motivation up. Stay focused on what you want, and good things are going to follow. I hope we have given you some idea of what to expect out there in the world, and if we have missed something, feel free to come back, Trevor. I know your character is awesome and deep, and it will keep you safe and drive you forward in the future. So make that money, get that car. Good luck, my man.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2017. We haven't rehearsed this. At this time, I ask that you take your tassel and move it to the left side as the indication that you are officially graduates. So, congratulations. I think you heard through the speeches and everything, but there's one group of honored guests we have here, and that's all you parents. You know, we know a lot of you, and it's been so great working with you, and everyone's here because of you. So congratulations to all you parents where you got these kids. I also wanted everyone to know that the empty seat up here is for Dr. Keith Jacobus, who was detained today due to what we call in education a situation. But I see he's here now, and so thank you, Dr. Jacobus. He's never missed a graduation here. Thank you for being here. Keith Jacobus. I want to invite everyone to stay after I dismiss the class. We have cake and punch. I also want you to know that when the graduates turn in their gowns, that Representative Keith Franke has a personalized letter that he's left for each one of them. Thank you, Keith. Keith's always been a big supporter of education, our program. I know several of our students have worked for Keith in his various businesses and stuff. So thanks, Keith, for all your support. So at this time, I'm going to ask the graduating class of 17 to stand. And I'm going to say, for the last time, class dismissed. Thank you very much. Everybody, stick around.